Yep. Snooze Fest the movie. What can I say about that? That be Snooze to my friends. That's what that movie makes me want to do every time I watch it. I remember saying it. Joss, horror, then halfway through, an adventure, Jaws 2, a slasher, a horror, Date to see the Boldy family come back, Jaws 3, a fun ride, a film, yeah, the 3D dim, it's dated now, but it's just at a time. This, on the other hand, it wasn't wanted, it wasn't needed, but because Jaws 3 had mixed reviews, they decided a couple of years later, couple of years later, being 1987, to do this one, which I don't know why I'm deep doing this, because basically it's its own movie, it's Jaws the Revenge. What to think of it? More like Snooze the Revenge. It's not just going to be a review, it's going to be a big rant. You already know, I've seen loads on this. I did the different versions of Jaws the Revenge, Nothing Saves It. I've done what else have I done? Why I hate the film. Well, this is basically the same thing. It's a big rant. Because at the time, just like when they did this, they wanted Roy Sider to play his role, which originally they were going to kill his character off. So I'm kind of happy Roy Sider did not want to do this, even though it was going to be the last one. So they died his character off. Nice. He has a heart attack. Apparently, he had the fear of the bump coming back, so he died of an heart attack. He didn't seem scared to me in one. Didn't seem scared to me in number 2 when he says, "Smile, you son of a bitch. Come on, say ah," and electrocutes it. He just died, kicked ass. He kicked ass. He didn't look like a scared man to me. But suddenly we got to buy into he had an heart attack with fear. Bullshit. As I say in my favourite movie, bullshit. Then if that ain't a kick in the balls, the little boy, the youngest son, he gets killed. I remember saying it, there's 2 versions, but no matter what, it's too shit. He gets his arm bit off. And I'm thinking, that's nice. You can even see it's a fake arm. But what makes me laugh is when the shark bites his arm off, every time it opens its mouth, it's got bleeding teeth. This shark needs to go to the fucking dentist. So that's shit. You get 2 deaths in it, and yes, there's another version with a Rastafarian. One he lives, one he dies. But to that, whatever version, a few fighty deaths, nothing that memorable. And it's funny because the shark kills him, and it's in winter near Christmas time. Sharks, people can correct me if I'm right and wrong, they live in tropical water. It would made a fucking swim in cold water. So we've written this fucking shit. Then if that ain't a kick in the balls, there was a book version of the film, and people think the film is stupid. Down the book, where it's a voodoo doctor, you're not hearing things. A fucking voodoo doctor wants revenge on the Boldy family, so he resurrects the shark from the original. Seriously, I don't fucking believe that myself, but it's fucking true. It is fucking mad. And that was the book version of the film. And a lot of people say this is better than the first. Tweets to every old, because the original we all know is a classic by Steven Spielberg. I'm doing Steven Spielberg films now. And so the mum from the 1 and 2, she decides to go to the Bahamas after the death of her son. She wants to get away from water and the memory of the death of her son and her husband. What the fuck? Of all the places you go near the water, who the fuck written this stupid thing? You got an actor that cannot do a Rastafarian accent no matter what. Now, Michael Caine, I keep saying it, I like him as an actor. I'll say it again. Lulu, Just to Kill, Get Carty, Lulu, I just said Lulu, Alpha. The list goes on, but in this, he did this for a big paycheck, and he also did it for a free holiday in Barbados. Fucking Barbados. It's just Michael Caine for a big dollar of money and a free holiday in Barbados, down to get Sheriff Boldy's wife's knickers. And I'm thinking, why the fuck is the family back? Second one, it was Date to see him back. The third one there, the sons are following on in the daddy's footsteps. But come on, a fourth time, and it's a kick in the balls. It's a kick in the balls about the kill off. Whiteside being Sheriff Boldy's younger lad. They kill him off after everything he went through. He come in his fear from water just to die a really shitty death, getting killed by a shark. Now, I do know Devin Jade written there that was going to do this and prize his role. He must have read the script because the same name in this shit come out. He did Inner Space. Inner Space, another film done by Steven Spielberg. That is a damn better film. A better fucking film. Kicks the shit out of this film. So I think Devin Jade did the right decision. As they say in Indiana Jones, and the last two said, get it right. He chose wisely, precisely. The one that did this, he chose poorly. And it's the same because I like the actor that takes over the role. I remember him in The Last Starfighter. I also remember him being a male nurse, not a nurse, sorry, a porter in Halloween 2, the 80s Halloween 2, not the shitty one, the one in 1981. And I like this actor, and it's just so sad this is the last of his career, because signing shit like this, his career never went off after this film. And I can see why, and it's heartbreaking. Something else I hate about this fucking film. Dab. Honestly, I'm not imitating Big Bird. Dab. Fucking dab. That's all you get in this film is dabbing, more fucking dabbing. Michael Caine trying to get Sheriff Boldy's wife's knickers, well, widow, I should say. More dabbing, more fucking dabbing. Bit of action in there, if you felt 4 feet, but more fucking dabbing. And I'm thinking, it feels like you're watching a drama. This film feels more like you're watching a fucking drama than a Jaws film. And the people look like pity people. They're there because they look pity. Seriously, what the fuck? The shark, people want to insult the shark in 1 when we got to see it, or 2, or they think it was over the top. This shark looks more fake than any of them. And there's a bit where there's a fuck up where it's chasing the older lad underwater, he's got one of them things on, where he can talk underwater. And you've got the torch beam. The torch beam is very overbearing. I mean, it really just go over the top. And you see the reels of the fake shark. Now, I do know, I remember saying the other version, they've improved that, but what a waste of money. What a waste of fucking money. The shark looks more faker. Seriously, it does. And let's not forget the bit when it's popping out the water and it's roaring like a fucking dinosaur. What the fuck? So if everyone wants to insult that one and say it was over the top, did you really see this? Where he's got it roaring like a fucking dinosaur, a fucking dinosaur. I do know originally going to put it in 3D like that, and it got stopped. Even if it was in 3D, it wouldn't save the film. I already said the reasons why. Go back on my versions, you see why. There's a fuck up in the film, and that's funny. I'm looking at the fuck ups in the film, like the reels on the shark which takes in the main man, and the fact Michael Caine falls in water and then he gets back up and suddenly his shirt's all dry. Things like that was more interesting. I was trying to look for how many fuck-ups and spot the fuck-ups. Oh, look, Sheriff Boldy's son's got his arms under the jacket with fake blood on. Because that was more interesting than the film. I had to do that just to pass the time from this boring snooze fest of a film of snooze to revenge. So, there's just one good scene in it where the shark goes out and it kills this woman on a dinghy boat and it drags her in the water, really brutal, which I think was going to be the idea for the die on the boat in the original. But that's only about it. The bit where it kills the master fairy is only in one version he comes up alive. Wow. So the mother goes after the shark in the Bahamas. And I'm not going to say the bit for Michael Caine. It's Michael Caine for a paycheck and a feed day on the fucking Bahamas. So she sees the shark. And like I said, there's 2 versions of it. One, it blows up and it's roaring like a fucking dinosaur. But it's a copy of number 1. But if I want them beepers so they know where it is. And the other one, it just fucking blows up. And she's having flashbacks of memory lane. Like before when she lost her younger boy. Flashbacks where he's pulling the face. Remember that? And Whiteside says, come here, give me a kiss. Well, that's fair enough because the mum was there when that was happening. But how the fuck does she memorise this? She weren't there. Another bit where Whiteside says, smile, you son of a bitch, and pulls the shark up. She's having flashbacks. And all it's doing when I'm watching the old bits of the original Jaws, it just makes me want to watch that. It makes me want to watch a better fucking film. So she's having memory lane and she spears the fucking shark. The shark blows up. Why? I don't fucking know. And then she walks off with her older son. She's moving on with her life. Happy ending. End of film. End of my fucking patience. This film was made for this. It was a task tab, but it bombed epically. Epically fucking bombed. And it didn't do Michael Caine any favours because he didn't do a lot of good films after that. He did films like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. And you worked with What's More. Do you remember a comedy with What's More? This was when What's More was trying to get into other acting careers after he did Bond. And his career as Michael Caine, you can see now he does a lot of shit. Like the remake at chart off. Fucking hell. But this film, it's just Michael Caine on a fucking Oddity in the Pyramus. It might not just be called that. It might be called Snooze the fucking Revenge. It might be called The Mummy the Revenge, because I know that I'd give her a bigger role because Roy Sider didn't want to play his role. But seriously, this film is just boring. And it's so sad. It's heartbreaking because it's the last of the Jaws films. And it never really needed to be made. And it's sad. I can't say anything in these points. What fucking points? Here's my fucking points. 0. Because the film never needed to be made. It's a fucking snooze fest. Every time I've done this, it's a fucking rant. This is what I think of Snooze the Revenge. See you later. I'm going to sleep. This film bored me to fucking sleep.